Okay, guys, so this is a quick video just to kind of go over the colors and the color wheel and how all that works. So first of all, you need to know that the primary colors that we're going to be dealing with are red, green, and blue. All right? Those have secondary colors that are C, M, Y, K, and that's cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. All right? So when we're dealing with these colors, all right, there are two things we got to look at. Number one is whether it is a subtraction situation or an addition situation. So first of all, we have what are known as complementary colors. Complementary colors are when we add the colors together. So this is like if we're adding actual colors of light together. So if you zoom in real close on a TV, there's actually a wonderful little slow-mo guys video where he zooms in on a TV and you can see the little red, green, and blue pixels that are on the TV. So red, green, and blue combine together to make different colors. So red plus blue equals magenta. Green plus blue equals cyan. Red plus green equals yellow. Okay? Now, I went over all this 2 weeks ago in the light and color lab, but many of you did not go back and look at that. So complementary colors are colors that add to make white. So they add together to make white light. All right? So red and blue make magenta. If you have red plus green plus blue together, that equals white. So if you want red, the color you would need to add to it is green and blue. Green and blue together make cyan. So red plus cyan equals white. If you want blue, blue plus red and green would equal white. Red and green together are yellow. So blue plus yellow is equal to white. And then finally, if we want green plus something, green you would need red and blue. Red and blue together make magenta. So green plus magenta would make white. Okay? So those are the ways you can add up colors. So basically, if you have cyan plus red or cyan or yellow plus blue, you get white light. Red plus blue is equal to magenta. These are essentially the combinations of color addition that you need to know. All right? For color subtraction, again, we're doing red, green, and blue. And cyan is made up of blue and green. Magenta made up of red and blue. And yellow is made up of red and green. All right? So if you're subtracting colors, what you're doing is you're taking away. So if I say white light minus magenta light, what I'm doing is I'm saying red, green, and blue minus red and blue, because white light is composed of red, green, and blue, and then magenta is composed of red and blue. So if I have red, green, and blue, and I subtract out red and blue, I'm left with green. So white light minus magenta light would be green light. So if you have a magenta filter, you take all the magenta light out, or sorry, if you have a green filter, you're taking all of the magenta light out, all the red and blue light out. Let's say that you have yellow. Yellow minus red. What is yellow minus red? Well, yellow minus red, yellow is red and green. So red and green minus red would be equal to green. So if you have yellow light and you take the red light out, you get green light. All right? One more example of subtraction. If you have red, or if you have white light and you subtract out blue light, what are you left with? Red, green, and blue minus blue would leave you with red and green. Red and green together yield yellow. So white light minus blue light would be yellow. Notice that if you do white light minus yellow light, you would do red, green, blue minus red and green, and you would get blue. So like white light minus yellow gives you blue, white light minus blue gives you yellow. And the same thing's true with red and cyan, green and magenta. White light minus cyan is equal to red, white light minus red is equal to cyan, and you can go through these different combinations. But you essentially need to, when you're doing color subtraction, is start with red, green, and blue for white, or start with cyan being blue and green, magenta being red and blue, yellow being red and green, and then if it's just red, green, and blue, then you just have one letter there, red, green, or blue. All right? And the final thing is, this was a lot of trouble. It was reflect, like reflect versus absorb. Okay, so if you reflect, like a red shirt reflects red light because that's what you see. Okay, you wouldn't see any other color but red because it's reflecting red light to your eyes. It absorbs the other colors, which is blue and green together make cyan. All right, that's an example. So a blue shirt would reflect blue and absorb green and red. A green shirt would reflect green but absorb red and blue. All right, but what about a cyan shirt? A cyan shirt reflects, well, what color is cyan? Cyan is composed of blue and green. So a cyan shirt has got to reflect blue and green, and it's going to absorb, what's the other color that's there? What color don't we see in blue and green? Red. So a cyan shirt would reflect blue and green but absorb red. A magenta shirt would reflect red and blue and absorb green. A yellow shirt would absorb red and green but absorb blue. Okay? I think that's it for right now. If you have any other questions or I can help you in any other way, please ask.